from Erica Scroggins Jewelry, and today I'm going to show you how to make a presidential piece. And everyone, I am Erica from Erica Scroggins Jewelry, and today I'm going to show you how to make a presidential piece. I was originally going to make some cufflinks. So I'm just going in a circular motion. You can also use a bench pen and then push the metal up against it and then go around it in a circular motion. So I'm just going to put these into the 11mm die, and and then I'll just so I'm just going to hammer it down in there. And then I'll do the same to the other one. So I'm just melting the silver that is going to be the part that goes into the shirt. Okay. And I left some of the manufacturing ridges on the sides. And then I'm just going to file down one side of this half round wire, and then I'll file the other side. So you can use metal shears to trim each side to be a different length or width. So just trim some of the excess off if your machine leaves that. All machines may not leave this excess wire, but mine does. And so just trim that excess off, but I'm going to leave this big thick strip on here, and then I'll file it down to halfway so I can make a bezel cup for these gemstones. So I'm just sawing off 2 portions of this so I can affix them to the top of this dome shape. that down there maybe. So I'm just going to follow all of the edges down until they are flat and even, so that the solder can flow between the two flat surfaces. Don't move. Or if you sway it. Okay. Alright, so I've annealed this piece and I'm just going to bend it with my pliers until it fits that gemstone. Bending until you get the shape that matches the stone that you are putting into your bezel cup. Bending until you get the shape that matches the stone that you are putting into your bezel cup. Oh, Lord. So I'm just using some easy solder to solder up these joints. I'm just putting these new bezel cups into the pickle solution, and it's pretty hot, and the hotter it is, the faster it cleans it. So it just cleaned it like instantly as I put it, after I put it in there. I have a 3-inch piece of 12 gauge square wire, and I'm just going to file one tip of it down to a point. So I'll just be doing that, working that down into a point. Fit your stone and just make sure it fits really snug. So I've added some soldering paste to the outer edge of the bezel cup. So I've added soldering paste to the edge here, and I'm just going to heat it up until the solder flows underneath the bezel cup. So you have to make sure it's still like all hot, or it just won't flow to the right places. So I'm going to do the same thing to both of them. Daddy, please! The solution, and they're cleaning. They're getting cleaned. Come on, focus. Anyways, I will take them out of the pickling solution when they're complete, and then I will wash them off with clean water and a steel brush. Do not touch this solution because it's hot, and if you're a child, don't do this without adult supervision because it can eat your skin. So I'm using a half-round file. Let me pause this real quick. I'm using a half-round file, and I'm just going to file a groove in the edge of it here. And then I'll take this and then clean it up around the edges. The groove is going to allow the other one to be able to stick to it. So just go ahead and go around everything that you soldered and clean the metal up, and put a groove here with a half-round file as this step. So I'm just going to put the soldering paste in between the silver bells. It's like right where I made screw for them to go together. Where's the... Okay, you can stop. Should I open the window? So I'm just trying to heat all the metal so that the solder flows in the right spot. Okay. Make sure to file down the back of this so that it's flat. This camera can't catch FPS too well, but that's okay. So as long as I get the point across, we're filing the back of it down. Okay, and then we're going to, after I get the back of this filed down, I'll move over and put the back on it. And then we'll set the stone and make the tip to it. And then it'll be done. Finally be done with the design. The design took me forever. Okay, and then you're just going to want to take, see how it filed it all flat back here. You have to take this file and just clean up the outside of the domes here, the silver bells. So we're just going to clean it all up and make sure you go around each bezel cup and get all of the excess solder off. Now I'll be right back. Okay, that's good. Bending one of these wires in just about an inch in, and then I bent it over. I'm going to close it in like a prong. Then I will go halfway in and bend it back out. Oops. Can you help me finish recording the end of this? So now I have a piece that looks a little bit like a T, a long T, I guess. I've seen a tool that looks like this, but I can't remember what it is. So I've got about 6 inches of extra wire on this, and it is 12 gauge. So I've dipped this into soldering paste. And I'm just going to apply some heat to the back of this to attach this wire to the silver bell. So I have to get all the solder to move over into the right place. And then I'll put it into the pickling solution and let it clean it off with my copper tongs, if I can find them. Let me see my copper tongs. Yes. So I'm just going to put that in there for a few minutes, and then I'll take it right back out, and we'll finish it up. Okay. So I'm just adding a piece of scrap wire on here that's got some artsy loops. So it's just got 2 loops and then 1 big loop. And then I'm going to go around this with a weave after we set the stone. So I just need that solder to flow right there so it can bond to the back of the silver bells. Okay, solution.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Turn it off. So I just added this stone here, and then I'm going to show you how to push the bezel cup down around this moonstone. There's 2 moonstones in the Jingle Bells design. So I'm just going to hold it in place. So the bezel cup needs to be as tight as it can be around it. And then just begin to push the bezel cup down around the gemstone. And then go all the way around. And make sure that the facets stay facing you. Ugh. I'm trying to flip the stone because it got upside down.
Hold on. Hold on.
And so I'm just going to go completely around the stone, and then I will come back and show you what they look like finished. So just keep going around and rocking this around the stone, and it's going to set it into place. I've got silver everywhere. Sorry. Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Dang.
Okay, that's good. I'm just going to set the stone and then I'll come back. I have a piece of 20 gauge round wire, and I'm just going to bend it. I'm just going to bend it around this, and then I will use some 30 gauge weaving wire to weave it onto the piece. I'm just going to use like a 1-2 weave, or one around each wire and one around both wires, one around each wire and then one around both wires kind of pattern. So I have just bent this around the piece here. Let me get some. So I'm just going to start right here on this is my left side, and I'm running it in through this little thing here, the U shape of the weave. So I'm going to go once around each wire, and then once around both wires, and then once around each wire, and that's going to be a complete rotation of the pattern of this piece of jewelry, tie pin. I just need to make sure that the wires line up right. Okay. So I have to do this like by running the wire through. The shape. So this could be any shape that you want to make it. So it's got to go back through so that it can go around this wire, and then I got to run it around this wire. So I'll probably do 2 on each wire because this is 32 gauge weaving wire, so it's really small weaving wire, and I'm going to have to do extra loop, but I'm only going to do 1 around both. So I'm running this back through here, and through here. And once more around the outside wire. And then once around both. And then I'm just going to keep repeating this until I reach the other side. So going once around both wires, or once around each wire, twice, once around both wires. You're really good at this.
It's in focus, go. Yes.
So I'm just going to trim it here and then wrap any loose ends around this wire that's soldered, soldered here. And there is the finished piece. So it just goes through like that. Here, can you just Can you see this? Yeah, I have to zoom backwards. Just don't get my face because I don't have no makeup on.
Zoom.
Zoom backwards toward you.
Oh,
Okay. Ready?
yeah.
And so I'll just poke it through there. And if you wear a tie, then you have a tie pin. And I'll put a guard on here that I'll make with silver, obviously. Kind of like, or you can use the earring back. But you have to solder a groove right here. Or carve a groove out right here around the tip. Like down here, you have to carve a groove out. And then you put the earring back on. And it keeps it from coming off. Okay, thank you so much for making this with me. I enjoyed making this very much.